Guten Tag, wie geht's? Lund zu Sie Slack, sich zu Abend melden. Or to the rest of you, welcome, Midshipman Slack here, and today is the Bravarian edition, or German edition, even though I am sailing clearly a Japanese destroyer, the Fubuki, Tier 6. Well, this game is not about me, it's about that German player in front of us, which is Mick, 955 or 955. Man, it's been a long time since I've done German. But anyway, he's currently sailing in the Bismarck Tier 8 battleship, along with his teammates, who's also in a Bismarck, and also the Tier 8 American cruiser New Orleans. Great combination. They end up having an absolutely superb game. Unfortunately, they didn't have a replay, so I'm having to use the good old camera angles to try and get in on the action. So, that should do. Let's move over to the first engagement, where our Agile decides to YOLO. So he's literally taken on the cap on his own, and unsurprisingly he is outnumbered about 3-1. He's getting pummeled, he sends his torpedoes off, but man, it's just, what a waste. He hasn't hit anything, and there, he's now finished. So we're already 2 minutes down, and we're 1 ship down. But as you can see on the mini-map, we're starting to bunch in the top left-hand corner, so let's move over to that part of the engagement, where Mick and his team are just unleashing a heck of a broadside against that York. Ooh, showing a lovely broadside at York. And goodbye. Brilliant. Nice when the whole plan comes together. As you can see, his friend in the fellow Bismarck is sporting the Halloween camo. And I must admit, it does look badass on the old Bismarck. It just seems right for it. Again, they're focusing far on the same actual ship. Well, you can see my torpedoes. And yes, I do end up hitting a dumb ship in the corner there. There we are. Bang. I was trying to do a smoke screen, trying to help my friend out there, but it just wasn't going to happen. So they're coming around the corner here on the right hand side. Most of our team has bunched up around the cap, which is not a bad thing. The enemy have to still take it, but Iku has left our east flank massively open. And Mick has actually been aware of that and pinged the minimap towards that destroyer and cruiser, which are just about to gang up on the lone battleship over there. I decided to turn back as well, so we're all just trying to loop around. Yep, there you are. That's myself pinging the minimap. And there you go. There we have it. So now 3-1 down. It's not looking good. And 5 minutes in, I still haven't dealt a single point of damage for myself personally. But thankfully, I had an excellent team carrying me on this one. And there you go. Another one down. So we're now 3-2. You see my wall of skill going through there. I was absolutely sure to hit something towards that DeCosta and Argyle. Sadly, nah, wasn't going to happen. And you can tell that he was actually sporting a secondary build there, Patako and Mixed Buddy. That'll come in useful. I think it's the only way you can really go with these two style ships and German ships in general. It's just incredible the amount of damage you can cause by just using that. At this point in time, I find myself in a spot of trouble because I've come back to try and defend this east flank, and I've just been spotted by that Argyle. I've had to pop smoke screen and get out of there, so I'm literally speeding as far away as possible in a panic defense. We need support here because we're starting to get almost that bunching up. It's great defending the cap, however, it's gonna cause us troubles now because we're almost getting flanked and pincered into this corner and penned in, which is never good. But thankfully, Mick and his team are aware of this situation, and I've turned back to actually come and deal with it and help myself and the Richelieu out. They still have the guns pointed to the right, and there they are, actually facing down the Chapayev. I can say Mick is also sporting a secondary build because he's opening up his secondaries on the Argyle. I would like to be that Argyle at the moment in this moment in time. So we're pushing back here. and the Argyle has quite sensibly stopped shooting at me and has hid behind his own smoke screen. I'm now out the way behind the island along with the Algier, but we're all coming back round to actually help out here, and Mick does a nice thing here, and he's actually going in front of the Richelieu. I don't know if it's deliberate, because he could have been hit by that salvo. However, he did do it, and that meant that the enemy have now got focus on him rather than the Richelieu. The Chapayev has used his radar, that's why I'm spotted. He will also realise there's torpedoes heading his way. But to turn away from those torpedoes, he's now given a beautiful broadside to all the battleships this end and this side. Quite naturally. He's just getting focused down. Come on, thank you. Close quarters expert. Nice. Now off to Bismarck. So far, their squad has accounted for pretty much all the enemy ships sunk. Oh, bit of torpedo beats. He turns in just in time. Fantastic move. And there you have it. I get my first hit of the day. Result: 10,000 points of damage. Excellent. Only 10 minutes in. Oh God. But I'm not doing the heavy lifting now. Portugal, or Pot as I'm now going to call him, is just getting stuck in. He knows there's an Argyle, or that destroyer is still that smoke screen. He's focusing down the enemy battleship, who is being spotted because A is also firing, and he's getting crossfire from himself and the Argyle on the left. And sadly, we've lost one of our ships, but still we are down something like 7 ships to 4. But because we've actually come round, smoke screens dissipated, secondary demolition, they're coming in, we are slowly getting these results back. Bang! One battleship gone. Come on, the Argyle's not much longer now. Excellent! Close quarters and double strike for his mixed teammate. Excellent work. Very, very good work. And that has really evened up the stakes now. So there's only a couple of ships deciding the two teams. But unfortunately, Portugal has really taken a beating. It's on very minimal health. It's a shame, but it was worth it. Mick is also in trouble at the moment. Him and the Richelieu are dealing with a Fubuki and a cruiser, which is just behind that island, which is outside my render distance at the moment, who is making his own play and move. And that Richelieu has just walked straight into those torpedoes. Another ship down, we're now 4-5. But the Juan de Costa has actually overextended. And Bismarck is there to capitalise. He's turning in and boom, got him. Evening up the odds again, and also protecting our flank, which is just as important in the whole strategic game. Mick is now turning his fire to a battleship on the right hand side. If I can see it. Can I see it? Do I see it? Come on, get the camera working. Come on, Pete. Come on, Pete. Yeah, you have to trust me. On the mini map, there is a battleship over there, but unfortunately it's outside of my render distance, so I can't see what's actually happening. But suffice to say, Mick is here protecting the flank, and he must be within 7 kilometers because his guns are opening up. Great work there. I'm sure your shots have been perfectly aimed, perfectly timed, and just a beauty to watch and beauty to hold. Because you can tell by the mini-map, the enemy battleship is running away, forcing them away from the cap. Quite skillfully, though. He has turned early enough so it's not actually going to get caught by the cruiser hiding behind the island. And there, gone. As if by magic. Fantastic, eh? We're going to now go over to the enemy Bismarck player, who works for a team called Onion, which might take the mick out of Omni, who are phenomenally good. They won the recent clan battles, but he's actually overextended. And so we've got myself, we've got the 2 battleships doing crossfire into him, and it's beautiful because now he's overextended. We're pummeling the enemy for our overextension as well, bringing the scores back almost 3-2. The first time in the game we are actually ahead on kills, and we're ahead on points just. So Mick is coming back into the fray now. There's that Alba there, and there's my torpedoes going across the screen. Completely missing that Bismarck. I'm going to have only actually had that 1 strike and 11 hits, but as I said, I didn't need to worry too much with these guys playing. Fantastic game. I'm actually moving towards the cap here to try and actually take it, to try and put pressure on it. And there's a Confederate for Mick. Well done. It's quite incredible. His team is so far accounted for 4, 6, 7, 8 of the enemy's 12 ships. Not bad really, not bad at all. And this Albert is desperately trying to get out of it. Mick is burning from top stem to stern. 2 or 3 fires in place here. He hasn't actually put them out yet because he does still have a quite considerable health pool to play with. He probably wants to destroy the cruiser before he actually tries to put them out. It's a dangerous game to play. Oh, beautiful citadel. Got to be at least 1 or 2 citadels in there to get that sort of damage caused. And as you can see, I'm desperately trying to take on this Bismarck, and again missing my torpedoes. Come on, come on. Ah, just dropped out of render this until first spotting range. Would you have it? But I think he must have died through fire because there's only a Bismarck, full health Bismarck left. Unbelievable. So Mick is now moving in closer to try and get close for the kill. I'm actually a lot closer at this point, so we're going to be swapping to my view soon. And the power of magic, here we are. We actually moved a bit further ahead in time, and I'm actually in the cap circle, capping it. So that Bismarck player knows where I am, and clearly knows where Mick is, because Mick is pummeling him with HE, secondaries, anything you can actually throw at him, the kitchen sink if necessary. But I do what every typical Japanese shore player does, and tries to use torpedoes, even though he's only about 6 kilometers out, facing the other way. It's just, I could have done better here. However, well, I'm still capping him. He still has to come round to actually point me to get me out of here, and to do that I'll have to show his broadside to at least me or actually Mick. So he was getting close, so I popped the smoke screen, and you can see I'm aiming up for another torpedo strike. Mick and his team have done a fantastic job this game. They've not only pretty much single-handedly dealt with the entirety of the enemy team, they've also got 4, 8, 9 kills out of the 12 ships available. So I must admit, I feel guilty about the next bit. I do feel very, very guilty about the next bit. So hopefully, Mick, me putting a video of your game is compensation. Because, yep, you can see it. Those torpedoes are looking very good. Almost too good. Ah. Yeah. Sorry about that, Mick. Sorry, but wow. You and your team did fantastic. 1700 experience, top 2 on there. There's my mediocre contribution, and there's my final results screen. I hope you enjoyed that, and I'll see you on the next one. Goodbye.